Body image. It is such a hard thing to deal with these days. Body image. Women, men, everybody is going through issues of some sort with their body. How did we get to a point where our physical body was like more important than what's actually inside of us? You know, we have this skinny obsession, okay? We have this skinny obsession. And it's like, no matter how many years have passed, you know, you had the women back in the day who thought that vibrating waist belts and stuff would help them lose weight. And we always have this obsession with being skinny and getting there in the fastest way possible because we don't want to look abnormal to other people, right? And then the guys have, a lot of guys have an obsession with getting big and muscular to impress the skinny ladies. So no matter which way you put it, we've always had this bit of an obsession, right? And especially in America, you know, and we have an obesity epidemic too. So it's ironic because everybody wants to be skinny, wants a quick fix. You see celebrities, okay? You see people on television, magazines, on social media. Everybody's trying to look good or posing and doing their duck faces and selfies. But nobody's really revealing who they truly are on those platforms, right? The celebrity is not going to do a shoot where they don't edit through Photoshop out the big pimple on her face, right? Or they're not going to have, you're not going to post a picture of yourself on Facebook. Well, maybe you will, but post a picture of yourself with like a double chin or a really like abnormal, you know, ugly position, you know, for your face, or where your eyes are like closed and stuff, or you look half drunk. Maybe you will because it's funny, but a lot of us, we still, over time, you know, now it's become more accepted where larger women, bigger bone women, more average women are in the spotlight. But are they really in the spotlight? Or they're just kind of thrown in there to embrace this new culture of acceptance to everyone? But are we really accepting everyone? Think about your life. Women especially. This goes out to the women. Men too, and men too. First thing in the morning, when you look in the mirror, or, you know, how many times a day do you look in the mirror and you look at some part of your body? You look at some part of your body. That was me earlier today. I have a mirror over here and I'm looking and I'm like, ugh, I look like bloated today, my stomach. And how many times have you focused on a part of your body that you think didn't look good to you, or you look too chubby, or you look too fat, or you like have a pimple that you need to cover up, and which is true, I am covering up a pimple, but or you have a piece of hair out of place, you know? So we're never like satisfied with our physical appearance, and this always stems from just because we have this mentality that we always need to look perfect. We need to act perfect. We need to look perfect to others. Even though we know other people are not perfect. I know you're not perfect, and you know I'm not perfect. Hell, I'm not perfect. And, you know, still we strive to look our best. Well, is it because when we look our best, we feel our best? In a sense, yes, because how we feel about ourselves really changes the internal state. It makes us happier. But why does it make us happier? Why going out of the house without makeup would not make us as happy? Why are we not as comfortable going outside the house without makeup, or going outside the house with like, I don't know, like a big zit on our nose where we're just like showing it off to everybody? Why do we not show off our flaws to everybody instead? If we're so authentic, if we're so true to ourselves, why do we not go out of the house and show that off about ourselves? Like, hey guys, I got a big zit on my nose today. How you doing? Hey guys, like, look at my stomach today. Hey guys, look how small my boobs are today. Hey guys, look how, you know, measly this muscle is. No, we try to always do things and be a certain way and look a certain way. And you think that's just because why? It's because we're molded. We're molded that way from a very young age. We're molded by our parents, we're molded by our peers, we're molded by advertising especially. You know, advertisers are out to always make us think that we have some sort of flaw because they make money off of our flaws. They want us to fear stuff. They want us to think that we have something seriously or not seriously wrong with us because they are going to come up with a solution to that problem that we have, and they're going to make money off of it in the process. So, I mean, we all know how advertising works. We all know that social media is not, you know, everybody is not perfect, and people like to post just the good things. We all know it, yet we all kind of act in the same manner. I mean, we have blips and bloops of showing our more vulnerable sides and stuff like that. But why don't we do that the majority of the time? The majority of the time, we get up in the morning, we put our makeup on, and we try to look very nice, and we try to dress in something that accentuates our bodies. And we say, well, it's because I love my body. I want to accentuate it. But if you truly 100% completely accepted and loved your body, then it wouldn't matter what you wore. You could walk outside the house naked. I'm not saying do that. I mean, you could. People will look, you'll get attention for sure, for sure. But yeah, you know, really, really think about it. And body image is such a strong thing, and it affects us in such a deep, deep way. And it stems back from, you know, when we were children and somebody said something to us and it made us feel bad about ourselves. And we hold on to that throughout our entire life. It's like this traumatic experience that we have when we're children or when we're in school and somebody calls us fat or somebody calls us, you know, puny or skinny, and that holds on to us for life. And we feel like, you know, we feel that way. It carries over until we learn to untangle what's really going on. So just something to be aware of. You know, if you're having body image issues with yourself, or you feel like you can't really accept yourself 100%, it's because you're molded. We're all molded to a certain extent. You know, that just think about it. You know, the photoshopping that you see in magazines, 17 magazine or People magazine or whatever, you never see people's flaws unless it's an article about how somebody's an alcoholic and they want to show them really looking haggard and something like that. But, you know, it's all molding how we're thinking and how we're feeling. So to break out of that mold, it's relearning or retraining ourselves to just kind of be okay. If you go outside the house without makeup, to learn to be okay with that. It's going to feel uncomfortable at first. It's going to feel scary at first. But the more you do it, the more you realize that people aren't really looking at you. They're not laughing at you. They don't care. Most people care about themselves and how they look to them, you know, to themselves, because they're worried that they're going to appear, you know, flawed in some way to you. But why do we feel that way? If I know that you know that I'm flawed and I know that you're flawed, then why isn't this like a mutual thing where we're just like cool and we're just like, all right, like let's just be ourselves and do stupid things. We always feel held back. And this is the strong power of outer influencers on us, okay? External stimuli, things that really try to keep us stuck in some way or keep a hold on our lives, this mold, this bubble. So, you know, if you can try to break out of that bubble a little bit, if you can try here and there to break out of that bubble a little bit, you can really shift things for yourself, because it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to go outside your comfort zone. But you're going to be tap dancing your way out of the comfort zone the more you do it and the more you do it, because it's going to just be easier and easier and easier. And it's through that process where you really learn to accept yourself more. So sometimes it's about really diving full force into that zone of discomfort and just the unknown, to come out on the other side knowing that you are comfortable with yourself and you accept yourself. Because a lot of us do not accept ourselves completely. I know that. I know that from experience. We don't accept ourselves completely, because if we did 100%, then it wouldn't matter. We wouldn't have to put on makeup. We wouldn't have to do anything. We wouldn't have to put on clothes. So there's always going to be some sort of, insecurity within ourselves. Because again, we'll say, well, I have to put on clothes because I can't go outside naked. I'm going to get arrested or something. But that's still insecurity inside, right? It's still something that has molded you and something that has told you, okay, you need to be a normal human being. You need to wear clothes when you go outside. You can't go outside naked unless you're on like a nudist colony. So just something to be aware of and kind of shift the thinking a little bit, because we don't realize a lot of times how much we are actually influenced from a very, very young age. I mean, we know we're influenced, but we don't know even little things like, brushing our teeth. We know we have to brush our teeth to keep everything healthy, right? Well, you're still being influenced by the doctors and the dentists and everybody telling you need to be healthy. Why is it not cool to have gingivitis? Well, because I don't want to get sick. I don't want to die. I don't want to have, any kind of thing wrong with me. Well, why don't you want to have something wrong with you? Because then I'm not perfect. Then I'm not a perfect human being. If I'm suffering, I'm not perfect. I need to feel good. So just think about it a little bit. So that's all I got today, guys. Let me know in the comments. Let's start a discussion on conversation about this. I don't know if it was interesting. If it wasn't, that's cool too. I mean, we all have our own things. We go through body image issues. We know that we have outer things influencing us. But I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are about it. And yeah, so hit me up. Contact me, appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't done so. I put out a video every single morning. Hit that little bell for notification for a new video, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So peace out.